This is Bruce Blythe with Advanced Publishing. I am at the USDA's annual Outlook Forum just outside of Washington, D.C., Friday, February 25th. I'm here with John Nalivka of Sterling Marketing out of Oregon. He follows the livestock industry very closely, and there's a big issue that a lot of people are following these days regarding the Grain Inspection Packers and Stockyards Act, or proposed rule changes to that act. It's been kind of controversial in the industry. John, can you just kind of explain what's happening here and why it's been a subject of such debate?
Well, it came as a result. The Packers and Stockyards Act is essentially the regulations over the packing industry with regard to marketing, and these were regulations that were written a long time ago, and they were basically to maintain competition in the markets and unfair, to alleviate unfair trade practices. In the last farm bill that was written, there's been a lot of lobbying that there needs to be changed, because there's an opinion out there that the packers and the pricing of cattle and hogs and poultry has not been fair, and it's not been fair across producers. So this came along, these rule changes came along about a year ago as a result of that inclusion in the farm bill, we need to do things about the competition in the market. So it kind of came to a head. USDA did several workshops during 2010 to out in the country to talk about this and get people's opinion. Well, it's hard to discuss it in just one statement, and I've looked at it primarily with the pork and the beef industry, but it's simply not. It's not a good change in the rules. It's not a good law.
Why is that?
Well, as I spoke about this morning, most of our, and this is the case of both pork and beef, but we're primarily on formula pricing with value-based marketing now, and you have producers that are making major investments in their operations and their livestock in order to market, as I say, the right cattle or the right hogs for the right market. Right. And these are value-added programs, and they're paid premiums accordingly. Well, what the rule changes in the Packers and Stockyards Act are doing essentially take away those opportunities to get those premiums in all likelihood from what we've looked at. And without that, the industry would go back in time. Like, it's almost like make a definitive statement about that.
Okay. Now, earlier this month, Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack indicated there really isn't a firm timetable on when we can expect action on this. What is your sense of the timetable on this and the most likely outcome?
Well, after the last workshop was held here in Washington, D.C. in December, and following that, they came out and USDA announced that there would be an economic impact analysis done on this rule change, which sounds kind of odd to me after go through a year's worth of hearings and town hall meetings, I guess you might want to call them, and not have an impact analysis, pulling numbers out of the air. So now they're going to do that. So, I'm just thinking that this is it's going to lay kind of low and lay kind of quiet, and it'll probably go out into the latter part of the summer, and then something's going to come up, and hopefully, I'm afraid there's going to be parts of it they're going to get passed through, but I hope not, but I think that's how it's going to be.
So don't hold your breath on anything for the near future, I take it.
I don't think so. It's all quiet on the Western Front right now.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, John. Once again, John Nalivka of Sterling Marketing, and I'm Bruce Blythe with Advanced Publishing, the USDA's annual Agricultural Outlook Forum just outside of Washington, D.C.